use the Tarte Hey guys, it's Lauren J. Welcome back, or welcome if you're new. I like to do get ready with me style videos using products that are new or new to me. And today I am using some more Viseart. If you know, I've recently had sort of a love affair with the brand, and I recently got the Petit Pro Deux for Christmas from my sister. So I recently did a look with the Petit Pro Un and the Lapis Quad the Lapis Quad came out for holiday. The Petit Pro Un has been out for a while, but I combined those, and today I combined the Petit Pro Deux with the Petit for Lilas. So these are the two palettes here. One is the midi size and one is the smaller pans, so 1.5 grams and 1 gram of product. And this is the look that came out. It's sort of a mix of cool and warm tones. This is a very warm tone palette, and this is a very cool neutrally palette. So the Petit Pro Deux, I apologize to all the French speakers. I'm actually trying to say it. It is like the Petit Pro Un in that it is made up of 8 shades, and it has 4 mattes on the top and then 4 coordinating-ish shimmers on the bottom in sort of varying finishes. And so I thought that I would swatch out the shimmers on the bottom for you, as the mattes are pretty basic warm tones. You have a purple, a brown, a pink, and sort of a more rosy toned light pink. We're gonna go this way and start with Primrose. It's a nice pretty pink. And that is what I have on the inner corner of my eye today. And then we're gonna go into Clove, which is a very rich sort of cranberry shade. And as you can see, very rich in the swatch. And then we have Cosmos, which I do have, I believe, on the outer part of my eye. Just kind of the deepest, a little bit more purpley leaning than pink. Actually, Cosmos is the one I have on the lower lash line, now that I think about it. I only did this look about 5 minutes ago. And then this one right here called Aster, which is sort of the lightest, more purpley leaning. Again, these are the 4 shimmers. And Cosmos, Aster is what I have on the outer part of the lid. So those are the shimmers from the Petit Pro Deux. And then I will swatch all 4 of the shades from the Lilas Quad. It is, again, a very neutral, cool tone leaning quad. I don't think it's completely cool toned. There are 2 mattes and 2 shimmers in here, and the first shimmer in here, actually we'll flip it the right way. This lightest shimmer right here is called Fondant. As you can see, silvery, leaning a bit purple. And then the matte right here is called, this is the namesake shade called Lilas, which is incredibly light in the pan, but actually looks a bit mauve-y to me, a bit purpley. And then the next matte is called Tiramisu. That is what I have on my brow bone today. A bit more gray leaning. I love the name. I love tiramisu. I don't think you can see that very well, but that's why it's my brow bone shade. And then we have Argente, which is a really lovely shade. And I think it just has a little bit less of a base. But as you can see, it leans a little bit more gray silver, but with a hint of purple in there. Hint of lilac, of course. That's why this is called the Lilas palette. And I just find this like a really sophisticated kind of color story. I think it's very pretty. It's very light. I mean, there's not a lot of depth in here, but you know, I think if you do work a bit with the shimmers as opposed to the mattes, you can do that a little bit like more complete look that I kind of like to do. I'm not really a one and done shadow person, but if you are, I think this is also a great option. So that's why I wanted to pair Lilas with the Petit Pro Deux, just because I was interested in seeing how the more coolish tones and more warmish tones look. This is very warm toned. I called the Petit Pro Un more like a sort of modern Renaissance-ish palette. I think I was wrong. I think that's more like the soft glam analog in ABH terms for Viseart, and this is more of the modern Renaissance vibe, maybe even just a little bit more purpley pinky leaning, but yeah, definitely very warm toned. Probably the one that I will use least of the Petit Pro first three, and I really do like the one. It's super pretty. I love the shimmers in that, and the Petit Pro Trois has more of sort of an English garden look to it, which I really do like the versatility of that. This one, I will be mainly using it as a companion palette, but nonetheless, I mean, as you can see, the shimmers are gorgeous. It has a lot of possibilities and can even be used together with something a little bit unexpected. So I wanted to just do another look with the Viseart shades that I have. So if you want to see how I got this look, just keep watching. Hey guys, welcome back to my bare face. Primed my eyes, done my brows, and primed my face. So I'm just going to make sure that my primer is patted out, no creasing. And I'm going to try to hold my mirror over here so it's not right in my face, but I do at times need to have it right in front of my face, so bear with. And we're gonna start with this palette, the Petit Pro Deux, and we're gonna start with some mattes in the crease. And let's see here, I think we're gonna start with this color right here called the brown matte called Honeysuckle, and then we will deepen up with the purple shade called Foxglove. So I'm taking a Zoeva 228 Luxe Crease Brush and going into Honeysuckle. And this is a fairly deep brown matte. I'm just going to do it real lightly in the crease and a little bit over my crease because of my hooded eyes, so you can actually see some of that color. But that's already nice and deep. I don't know that I need to go much deeper than that. Okay, so I think that the brown shade is nice and blended out now, and I'm going to go in with this Sigma E45, and I'm going to go into the shade Foxglove, which is the purple matte. Put that in the outer V. These are seeming to go really well together. Just giving a little bit of color and depth. So before I go in with the shimmers, I am again going to go in with the Pat McGrath Intensifies Artistry wand. I've been really liking the way that this works with the Viseart shimmers. It just really gives them a little bit more oomph. I mean, they're usually, especially in these Petit Pro palettes, the Un de Trois, I don't think they're meant to be showstopper, shimmery, amazing, you know, see you from space. They're everyday, more satiny. So I think using this artistry wand will just give a little bit more of something to the look, because this is not an everyday look. It's, I mean, more of a subtle look, but it's not everyday. So we're just gonna amp it up a little bit using this wand. Then I'm going to go in with this light shimmer, or lighter shimmer, called Aster right here. And I'm just going to pop that on the outer part right here. And again, this is with the Pat McGrath Intensifies Artistry wand underneath. And these shadows really stick with that, and I think you really see more of what's in the pan than you would without it. I don't necessarily need what's in the pan for everyday look, but I'm not doing an everyday look right now, so I do want that shimmer to show, and I do want that color to show. Then we're going to go into the Lilas palette, and we're going to use, let's see, we're going to use this shade right here called Fondant. It's the lighter but a little bit more substantial shimmer, so it just has a little bit more base to it. And pop that on the center of the lid. And I think this actually goes really well. I mean, it is more of a neutral or cool tone leaning, but it seems to work well with Aster and with the purples and browns. So. And then I'm going to go in with a little bit of this one right here called Argente along the lash line. This is a little bit deeper, but it is a little bit more translucent, less of a base. And then I think I'm going to go in with a bit of Cosmos. This one right here, I'm going to go in with that just under the lash line. This is a little bit more purple leaning than the other ones. More towards Aster here than the other two. It's giving a little bit of contrast on the bottom. And then we're just going to do a little pop of pink on the inner corner. So we're going to go in with this one called Primrose right here on a pinky. And just a little pop of color. Next, I'm going to take a little bit of Tiramisu and just put that along the brow bone and blend out some of that brown and purple. All right, so that is looking quite deep. More deep than I expected this to go. So I'm just gonna go finish up my face and I will be right back. Okay guys, this is the finished look. I went in and did my base and styled my hair a little bit. So for face, I used the Tarte Park Avenue Princess. This is a little sample. Again, I think this came in an Ipsy. My sister gave it to me. And I used the Physicians Formula times Weylie palette. I used the more mauve blush down here in Wildflower. I adore this palette so much. And then for highlight, I used the About Face Light Lock Powder in Stay in Bed. Also really like this one. And then for lips, I kept it cool toned with the e.l.f. Hydrating Core Lip Shine, and this is in the color Delightful. So again, just that mix of cool and warm tones that, I don't know, I think it looks cute. I'm really enjoying the versatility that I am getting out of these Viseart palettes. I know that they don't get a lot of hype on YouTube, but I just really feel like the quality for my purposes is just A+. The blending, the shimmers, the way that it works with other products, and just the amount of looks that you can get with it, whether you want to go full out or tone down. I think this ended up being a little bit more full out than I intended, using those deeper matte shades. But again, I did go in with the Intensifies Artistry wand and I mixed warm and cool tones. So, you know, it's a look. It's a look. It's definitely a look. And I kind of like it. I just kind of like playing with things like this. So it doesn't have to come out perfect every time. It just has to look good to you. So I hope you enjoyed this makeup playtime, and I hope that you will like, comment, or subscribe. All of those would be welcome, and any of them would be greatly appreciated. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.